Well, I want to go ahead and get started. I, time heals. I still have, I'm still heartsick for my pup. I still have my desk drawer open, and there's a big pillow in it where Toby would sit. And sometimes I will catch Riley, who is the more elusive of our black and white cats, sitting in the drawer. Riley really liked Toby a lot, and he will sometimes, I will catch him sitting in Toby's drawer. Things get easier with time, but I receive messages from so many of you, and I'm so incredibly appreciative of your love and support. Losing a pet, losing a fur baby is so hard, and it's the bargain that we make with them that they will not stay with us forever, but they will love us unconditionally. So we press forward, and I feel sure that at some point there will be an opportunity to welcome another baby that needs a home. Toby came to us because he needed a home, and we're really glad that we had him. So I want to dig into a couple other cards this week. I want to share. Oh, let me turn the Do Not Disturb on my watch. I want to share something that came up for me in a reading the other day. We talk a lot about leaning into spirit, trusting spirit, and allowing the forces of the universe to work in our lives, the blessings and the our loved ones and angels and guides, and allowing leaning into that. We talk a lot about trusting spirit, trusting the universe, knowing the universe has your back, and being able to trust and to lean into spirit. We talk about that a lot. Oh, thanks, Ellie. What we don't always talk about is that when we lean into spirit, we still have skin in the game, and that it's important that we realize that we're not a Tesla. Okay, so we have Tesla has the self-driving cars, and one of my son's friends has one, and his girlfriend was saying she was in the car and he was parking it remotely, and she was like, okay, the car is moving, no one is driving it, I need to get out of the car. And it's important to understand that we are not Teslas, and humans have free will. And as much as I want to, talk about trusting spirit, it's also really important that we trust ourselves and that we stay engaged, stay in the driver's seat of your life, right? You may drive a Tesla, great. You still have to pay attention and put your hands on the wheel. So it's really important that whatever you're working on and whatever you're creating and manifesting and learning and engaging in all the wonderful things, or whatever you may be dealing with, because not everything is wonderful. I mean, you may be slogging through the mud right now. We still want to trust spirit, even when we're in the crap. We still want to trust them. And one of the most powerful questions that we can ask when we feel like we're slogging through the mud is, what is it I'm supposed to be learning from this? What am I supposed to be learning from this? Because so often when we're slogging through the mud, we're just like, I just got to get through it. I just got to keep slogging. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know. I just got to make this work out. I'm going to force this square peg into the round hole. I'm going to make this work because I've just got to get through this shit. But then we miss the opportunity to allow spirit to help us, to realize that we may be in a season of pruning, that spirit may be having us slug through the mud so that we, oh, look, spammers, so quickly. Bye, you're banned. Banned. Yeah, we don't do spammers here, so if you're a spammer, we just ban you. So, bye-bye. So when we're slogging through the mud, we miss the opportunity, or we may miss that the experience of slogging through the mud is sloughing off all of the thorns and extra leaves. And if you've ever seen florists, they like take the stem of the flower and they go zoop and they pull off all the extra leaves. Or if you've ever had exfoliation at a spa or something, or a pedicure with your feet where they have to scrub to get all the stuff off, right? That's not gentle. They have to really, I had a body scrub, and we went on a cruise in November, and I had a body scrub, and it was great, but oh my goodness, she was, but that's great because you have to go through the exfoliation in order to get to the good stuff. So when we are slogging through the mud, we don't think of it as exfoliation, and we get into survival mode, and we get these blinders on, and we're like, I just got to get through it. I just got to get through it. And we miss the opportunities that could be, we miss the opportunities that could be in front of us because we're being exfoliated, because we're being pruned, because we're being gleaned, that's not the right word, give me the right word, groomed. So, in this day and age, I'm not crazy about that word either, but we're being prepared. Thank you. We're being prepared for the moving forward. We're being prepared for the soul expansion. But we have to get rid of all the other crap. Now, here's the thing. Trust spirit while you're going through whatever, whether it's good or bad. And if it's good, yay, enjoy the ride. But remember, this too shall pass. And if it's hard and you're slugging through the mud, keep going, and remember, this too shall pass. Because when we're in the good stuff, we want to take time to appreciate it. We want to be in gratitude. We want to connect, and we want to enjoy the ride. And when we're slugging through the mud, we want to enjoy the ride because it's going to end. No good things, where they say all good things come to an end. The important part is to appreciate them and to enjoy them and to be present while we're going through the good things. And when we get to the other end, when we're in a not such a good thing, to be able to say, okay, I don't have to appreciate or enjoy this, but this too shall pass. And trusting that this will pass. It might take a while, and I understand, having been through some stuff that took like 3 frickin' hours, but it passed. So when we're in that place, to be able to lean into spirit, in all things we lean into spirit and say, I am open. But when we're slogging through, and even when we're in the glory and in the joy time, asking ourselves, what am I supposed to be learning from this? Whether it's, because it's easy, to say, when we're in the crap, like, okay, what do I need to learn? Like, we need to remember to ask the question, what am I supposed to be learning from this? Because when we are in the slog, it's hard to remember to ask. And so when we can remember to ask, when we're in the slog, it's easy to say, what the hell am I supposed to be learning from this? What is going on? So harder to remember to ask, easy to say, what the F? But when we're in the glory time, when things are just clicking and popping and everything is going smooth and everything's going your way, we don't remember to ask, what am I supposed to be learning from this? And both things are really important. But there's a third aspect, okay? So we want to remember to ask whether things are good or things are bad. Easy, not so easy. We want to remember that these things will pass, that nothing lasts forever, good or bad, positive or negative. There's opportunity for growth in all of it, and our job is to remember to check in and trust spirit. What am I supposed to be learning? Whether it's something positive, what am I learning? Am I learning to be more grateful? Am I learning to share? Am I learning to be more compassionate or generous? Like, what is it I'm learning? And then when times are tough, what are we learning? And to be able to ask the same questions. Because we forget to ask the question. Because when things are clicking, we're clicking. And when we're slogging, we're slogging. And so it's important to remember to ask the question regardless of the situation. So that's the first two things. The third thing is, so trust spirit, remember to ask the question. And then the third thing is, don't take your hands off the wheel. Don't be the Tesla, okay? And it's not political. Don't be the Tesla. Just because Spirit can drive the car, don't just be like, okay, I'm going to like be checking my Insta, you know, y'all take care of it. Okay, you've got to stay engaged. So it's so important to trust Spirit, but we still have to drive the car. Humans still have free will. It's still, we are the ones saying, let's go this way, let's go that way, and Spirit's going, yeah, okay, maybe not. We do want to tune in. We do want to check in. We want to pay attention to those niggles, those nudges, those intuitions, those random thoughts that are not random that come in our head to point us in the right direction. At the same time, we don't take our hands off the wheel. We are still driving the car. So trust Spirit. Don't give up your control of, you are still in control of your life, right? I saw this, I was talking to someone in a session, and it came in, we were talking about The Big Bang Theory, where Sheldon, if you are familiar with the show, if you're not, that's okay, the main character is kind of OCD and very obsessive compulsive and very, has lots of idiosyncrasies, and he's wonderful. And he decides he's going to live his life and make no decisions because he feels that all the decisions he makes are wrong. So he's going to roll the dice and make decisions based on what the dice says. And so they go to a restaurant and he rolls the dice and he has to eat, you know, whatever that lands on the dice. And he's like, oh, yay. I don't really want to eat that, but that's what it says. So that's what I'm going to eat. So he's trusting Spirit, but he's given up control. And so there's a real big difference. So we want to make sure that we are trusting Spirit, but it's a collaboration. We're working with them. They're working with us. And the more we can let them in, the more they can work with us. So we're not like, okay. No, let's trust them. But we're working together. It is not like, you got this and I'll be back over here. All right? So we want to make sure that we are working together and that we are having these three things in mind. Yes, we trust Spirit. No, we don't take our hands off the wheel. And we remember to ask the question, what am I supposed to be learning from this, whether things are in celebration or things are in challenge, okay? Because when we're in celebration, we're so happy and things are clicking and we forget to ask. And when we're in challenge, we're busy in the challenge and we forget to ask. So these are the things that have come through very strong that I was asked to share with us today. I want to grab a couple of cards. It came also on me. We haven't checked in with the Oracle of the Seven Energies deck in a while. And so I want to pull a card from there as well because we are in a new year and it's a new cycle and I want to make sure that we are staying connected. So also, if you haven't noticed, and maybe you did and maybe you didn't, and that is okay, I am on TikTok. I have a very small following. I have done a few videos. I'm still learning how to get, how to work all that. It's kind of fun. And also there is a YouTube channel. Some of you have asked. My YouTube channel is, just put in my name, you'll find it. With my YouTube channel is where I put these videos when we're done. So if you missed it and you wanted to watch it in its entirety and if Facebook wasn't convenient, check out the YouTube channel because you can click the button and subscribe and then you'll always know when the new videos are up. TikTok, I'm trying to do something a little bit different, which is things I would like you to know. So if you are going to work with a psychic medium and you are looking to make an appointment or to have a session with me, what are the things that I would like you to know? So the first video was about, no, I don't do a free question. And if you were here a couple weeks ago, we did talk a little bit about this of, do you really want me to stop picking up the dog poop and tune into Spirit to give you the best answer to your question right this second? Or do you think that question might not get the greatest answer because I'm kind of picking up dog poop? So, just understanding that psychics and mediums have lives and, may not be sitting there like this from 9 to 5 waiting for you to call and get your answer to your free question. That's not how it goes. So we want to make sure that we have that I'm respectful of your time, and that you are getting the best of me and the best of my energy, which means you definitely don't want me while I'm picking up the dog poo, or cleaning the litter box, folding laundry, any of that stuff. So, so it's been fun, and I'm trying to put more videos on there. It's not going to be, I know some people are on TikTok and Instagram, and they're doing stuff every single day. That is definitely not going to be how this goes, but just a fun way to be in another space. And I feel like maybe with TikTok to have a little bit more freedom to, I want to say be a little sassier, but I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of sassy with you all anyway. So, all right. I feel like the sun is moving and it's getting dark behind me. So, let's see. We can make it be. Ah, there I am. There I am. Okay. So I do want to pull an animal spirit card because I don't know about you, but there seems like there's a lot of wrestling in the spirits with animals right now. So I've been shuffling while we're talking, and so this is the card I picked, is the honeybee card, and this says let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. So if you're dealing with something right now, let's just have some compassion for others and for what they may be dealing with, and try to see things from the other side. It's so easy for us to see things in our space and to say, there's only this one perspective. And, it's harder to say that there's another perspective and people may be coming from another view. And I think that, especially as we're moving through the start of this new year, having some compassion is really important, because we are seeing this reemergence from COVID, and we are seeing that people are getting back out, they're doing more things, and we have a new Congress in this country, and there's a whole lot of things that are shifting, that are going to be shifting, and it's important that when we get back out into the world, excuse me, as we are going back out into the world, we're not coming from, we got very cocooned, right, with COVID, and as we come back out, we want to make sure that we're having compassion for others, we're giving space, we're letting traffic come in, we're letting people merge, we're not getting engaged in road rage, because I think a lot of us are a little out of practice, and you certainly can see that if you're driving around, that people are short-tempered because maybe they're not used to having to deal with so many people, and we'll get back to it, but we want to make sure that we are leading by good examples and being compassionate with folks, and making sure that they know that they can merge in. It's okay. So so coming from compassion, and also honeybees are so important. Honeybees really connect to, I hear you. They're like, that's a really good thing, but what about how tie that into what we told you before, is what they're telling me right now. Honeybees are about diligence. Honeybees are about being aware of your surroundings, because they have to smell and sense the pollen, and they have to go out there and find the stuff. And honeybees are crucial to the pollination of our food, of creating a sustainable food source for us. That is really, really important, the honeybees. So, hi. So they keep their eye on the ball. And I don't know if honeybees have gratitude or not. We're certainly grateful for them, but they are diligent, and even though they may or may not trust spirit, I suspect that all of our animal friends have the connection to spirit. I think animals are so much wiser than humans so often, but they are not taking their hands off the wheel. They are always going forward and trusting where they're being led to smell the flowers and find the pollen that they need to create honey and create fertilization for our food. And so I believe that the honeybees are a perfect example of following where you're led, trusting spirit, but not taking your hands off the steering wheel. So I think that's where we're going with that. So I do want to grab into this Oracle of the Seven Energies deck, this Colette Baron Reed deck, because we haven't touched on this in a while, and I really think every once in a while, especially like on the new moon, and we had a new moon last week, but I especially, oh look, more spammers. Bye. You're banned. Bye. We have zero tolerance for spammers, so bye. So if you're here and you're a spammer and you're going to start sending messages to people like send me a friend request, just know we're going to ban you. So you can just leave now. And all of the folks that are, tune into me on the regular are warned. Isn't it nice? Instagram doesn't have to worry about that. But, are warned that if you start sending messages, they know to ignore you. So, bye. Okay, so the Oracle of the Seven Energies, it's really, I think it's something we're going to bring back in on the new moons, because I think it's really important, as we know that the new moon is the time of manifestation. What do we want to tune into? What do we want to tap into in the time of the new moon? And which energy are we most connecting with in this new moon? Because each new moon has energy, has a theme, has a cycle, has a planet associated or an astrological sign, and that brings in information that helps dictate what aspects of our life are going to be most receptive to that moon energy. And so having that connection with the seven energies, our chakra energies, I feel like makes a big difference. So this is Call of the Muse. So this is card number 31. So 3 and 1 is 4. And we've talked about 4 a lot, which is the 4 legs of a table, 4 legs of a chair, knowing that we have that solid, stable support from spirit. And so Call of the Muse is a great reminder that we are going where we're led, we're following our heart, we're moving forward towards our desires and in our manifestations. We're trusting spirit, but again, we're not taking our hands off the wheel of the car, right? We are still driving that car. All right, so we're going to pull from our Wisdom of the Oracle. I'm really, really digging into this deck, this Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Let's see what's going on over here. And then we'll be able to grab some individual card readings for you today as well. All right. So, what do we need to know? Oh, a jumper card right away. Okay. What do we need to know? What is Spirit most... I didn't pick someone. No. No, it's okay. Catherine, don't worry. I didn't pick anybody yet. We're still doing the community reading, so it's all good. And if you are here for the first time, I think I saw some of you say you were here for the first time. Yay, welcome. So we're going to do a collective card reading, and then we'll start doing individual card readings. So don't say me yet. Don't say me yet. We're going to do the collective reading, and then we'll say me. Okay? So, because if you do it now, you all go through the comments, scroll, and I can't see you, and that's where people get skipped. So, we don't like to skip people. So this is the first card in our collective card reading. This is by the book, but it comes in upside down, and this is card number 11. So angel numbers reminds us that we are supported. Angel numbers remind us that we are not alone. It is that same reminder to lean in and trust spirit, to know that they're with us. They've got us, right? They're with us. Now, again, we're not taking our hands off the wheel. We're not just giving up control. We are still driving the car. But by the book reminds us that there's no shortcuts. We still have to do the work. So as much as we want to welcome spirit in and to bring spirit in and have that guidance and that love and that support from spirit, we still have to drive the car. So this reminder, it comes in upside down in the protection position. It reminds us that we need to be responsible. So as much as I do talk to you about trusting spirit, I also have really been called today to remind you that we want to trust spirit, but we still want to stay present in our bodies. We want to stay present in our moment. We want to stay present in what's going on around us, and we want to not take our hands off the wheel. So I love the fact that this is the first card that comes in upside down. This 11 card that tells us spirit is with us, because 11 is the angel numbers, right? 1111, twins, soulmates, love, support. The love of the universe comes through so much through 11s. But remember, by the book, we've got to stay the course. We've got to keep going, right? You can't just hold on to the tail of the elephant in front of you and then zone out and play, with your switch and think that, you're just going to keep going. You've got to pay attention to what's going on around you. Yes, the other elephant is leading, spirit is leading, but we still need to stay engaged. So I love when the cards follow along to add credence to what spirit has asked me to share with you. I don't know about you, that makes me super happy. All right, so next card is card number 50, and it says, no peace like home. And again, this follows right in line with 55 is the middle of the road. We're going in the right direction. We're coming up on maybe some challenges, but we're going to get over that hump. But no peace like home reminds us this is home. The body is home. We are home, right? That working in collaboration, this is all about being at peace and being at home, present in the body, being present in what's going on in your life, driving your own car, and making sure that you are being mindful of what's going on around you, that you're not just zoning out and letting the chips fall where they may. We are part of that process, and the more we engage with driving our car and we allow spirit to be with us driving the car, it's amazing how much more peace, look how beautiful and bright this light is. It's amazing how much more peace can come in, because now we're working in harmony and we've created this beautiful collaboration. So it's not just a little bit, we're really working in tandem with spirit to really create peace within our hearts. And what happens then is it radiates out to the people around us that come in contact with us, and we spread peace, and we are able to help others through our good works and through just love and compassion, which we saw from the honeybee card of when we are more at peace in ourselves, we are more able to spread peace to others. When we're in turmoil, we get those blinders of like, I just got to get through it. And so when we are able to be more at peace with ourselves, which comes so much from that collaboration and being present in the body, even when things are tough, it's the more we can be present and the more we can trust and build that partnership with spirit, the more we can have peace. There have been times when I'm like going through, we're slogging through the mud, but I'm at peace about it. I don't like it. I'm not having any fun. I'm not enjoying it, but I understand what's going on. I understand that I'm being moved to a new way. I'm being expanded. My soul is expanded. I'm being taken to a new place. It's not comfortable. Growth is not comfortable, but opportunity comes when we allow ourselves to grow. And it's really important that even when we're slogging through the mud, we're looking, you know, the story of the two kids, I know I've told this a bunch of times, the two kids that are in like a psychological study, and they put the two kids in the room with big giant piles of horse poo, and the one kid is like, horse poo, and the other kid dives right in. He's like, they're like, what are you doing? He's like, well, with all this horse poo, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere. I love that story. So yeah, we want to say, horse poo, because I mean, really, but at the same time, something good is in there somewhere. It may take a while to find it, but something good is in there. So we work in that collaboration, and the more that we can build that partnership with spirit, the more we can bring in that love and that gratitude and that peace, the more we radiate out, the more we're going to be able to see the blessing, to see something good that's in there. Because when we're in this survival mode of, I just got to get through it, that thing that's good may just be just outside of our view. We may miss it. We may not be able to see it because we're in this. I just got to get through it. And so we may miss the thing that was good, that spirit was trying to bring us through, to see. So we want to have that partnership and know that the more we can have peace in our heart, the more blessings we'll be able to receive and also to share. Going through the mud is never fun. And we're all going to have some opportunity to go through some kind of mud in our lives. Nobody gets unmuddy, nobody goes through unmuddy. But even when we're going through the mud, if we can remember that something's good on the other end, and this too shall pass. And what did we talk about before? Remembering, what am I supposed to be learning from this? Whether you're celebrating or you're slogging, what am I supposed to be learning from this? It creates a whole nother level of peace in the heart to be able to say, there's got to be some reason for this. I don't understand. There's got to be some reason. Now, let me put a footnote on that, because when we're dealing with loss as a medium, sometimes there is no good explanation of what am I supposed to be learning when we lose a child, or we lose a loved one in a senseless gun violence or something like that. And people ask and they say, well, everything happens for a reason, and I don't like that, because there is no reason for people to leave us in these terrible ways. But that doesn't mean that there's not something in it, in the experience, for us to be learning. So I want to clarify that difference. No. All right, so the last card we're going to pull for the group is Time to Go. This is 45. Card 45, 4 and 5 is 9, which means, again, we followed this progression, right? From 11, the 1s, to the 5s, to the 9. What does that tell you? It tells you you're moving in the right direction. It tells you you're on the right track. You're going forward. And it tells you that if you've been going through the mud, if you've been slogging through the mud, that the end of that is coming, to keep going, because you're coming to the end of this. It says it's time to go, which means it's an end of a chapter. It's time to shift gears. So if you've been slogging and you haven't picked your head up to look around to say, what am I supposed to be learning from this? It's time to do that, because it's time for you to shift gears. So the universe may be saying to you, it's time for you to stop slogging. Or if you've been in celebration and riding the wave and all's been good, make sure you take your head up too and take a look around, because it may be time for you to shift into another direction. Maybe you've been, I call it princessing, you know, where you're not really working, you're kind of coasting, you're just kind of being a princess, laying on the pool float, whatever. And it's not a judgment thing. It's not a judgment. But if you have been princessing, or you have been lollygagging, is the word comes into my head, it's a fun word, that maybe it's time for you to pick your head up and say, oh, it's time for me to get back in the game. What am I supposed to do? Okay, Spirit, let's come together. Let's collaborate. We're going to drive this car together. Where are we going? Okay. So, lots of great information. Remember, we trust Spirit. We lean in to the powers of the universe. We know they've got our back. We know that they're trying to help us, but we don't take our hands off the wheel. We are not a self-driving car. We are a collaborative team moving forward together. We follow the honeybees. They are diligent. They are dedicated. They are focused. They follow where they are led. They don't take their eyes off the ball. They keep going, right? And when we're in a good time, we ask, what can I be learning from this? What am I supposed to be learning from this? Because the good times, this too shall pass. And if you're slogging through the mud, what am I supposed to be learning from this? What can I be learning from this? Because this too shall pass. And wherever you are right now, Spirit is reminding you that you are on the right track. You are going in the right direction. We saw these cards. Call of the Muse, trusting Spirit, trusting them. So we had the honeybee card. We have Call of the Muse, knowing that we are, and this is the 11 card, so 1-1, moving in the right direction, trusting Spirit, going forward where we're called, the call of our heart, call of their soul, call of the Muse, pulling us forward into new adventures, knowing that we have to stay focused on our part by the book. By the book means keeping your hands on that steering wheel. It means staying, you can't cheat and go around. You've got to keep going, but you've got to stay engaged. You've got to stay connected to what's going on around you and know that you are going in the right direction, because by the book was, by the Muse card was 31, which is 3 and 1 is 4, which is the support, the 4 legs of the chair. And then by the book is going in the right direction was the 11 card. And then no peace like home was the 5 card, card number 50. So again, showing us we're going in the right direction, stay the course, peace in our hearts, connection to Spirit, because look, they're flying through the clouds. Like, this is not a house on your street. This is a house in spirit land, right? This house is flying through the clouds. This house is connected. But if you look, there's the pole supporting it down to the earth and up to the sky, right? We are connected as above, as below. It's important for us to stay connected. That 50 card, that 5 card telling us we're going in the right direction. And then the last card, Time to Go, 45. Number 4 and 5 is 9. Tells us again we're going in the right direction. We're 9 is coming to the completion of a journey, but it's the reminder to pick your head up. Whether you have been in the party or in the mud, pick your head up and say, okay, where am I going next? Because change is coming. And change doesn't have to be bad, right? We look, change! Change is not comfortable. That doesn't mean it's bad. Okay? What if change is that you lost 10 pounds and you got to buy new clothes? That might not be so bad. What if change is a new baby is coming and you got to figure out, how to welcome that into your lives? Change doesn't have to be bad, right? Change just means change. We don't have to get all frantic about it. Julie, I would love to live in that house too. I mean, can you imagine the view? I mean, good gracious. All right, so let me put these cards back where they belong, and we're going to reshuffle. And then we're going to welcome requests, not yet, for individual card readings. Now, here's the thing with individual card readings. Don't ask me your specific question, but if you have a specific question, have it in your head. Not yet, not yet. If you have a specific question, okay, you can ask me. I mean, you can ask me if you want, if you know you have a specific question, to be able to say, you know, what do I need to know about this situation? Don't ask me yes or no questions, right? Cards don't, you know, give us information in that way. What do I need to know about blank situation? What information for my highest and best good do I need to know about blank situation? Or if you just want a message for your highest and best good, some people just come in and they say, just tell me whatever Spirit feels like I need to know. So if you have a question, you know, you can ask it, or you can put it, you know, keep it in your heart, and just when it's your turn, because we go in order, so when it's your turn, then you'll be able to say, you know, just have that in your heart, okay? And we'll be able to go forward that way. Hi. Oh, my sister's name is Noreen. How fun. Okay, ready? Now, if you want a card reading, an individual card reading, now is the time to put in the comments and say, me please, and we go in order. We go in order. Ooh, jumping cards. All right, we're going to get Claudette, who jumped the gun a little bit. Aw, thanks. All right, Claudette, you had jumped the gun a little bit, but we're gonna take Claudette. All right. Okay, so what happens is all the comments go like this, and then I can't see who's who's there. All right, so Claudette, card please, thank you. Imagine. Claudette, this is Imagine. This is number 20. So Claudette, this is Imagine. This is allowing you, encouraging you to I'm listening. So Claudette, this is about expanding the brain, okay? This is about wondering how you can take yourself to the next level. Because Claudette, you are already putting amazing blessings out into the world. This is about allowing yourself to expand more and giving yourself permission to grow. And because I feel like there's this holding yourself back, give yourself permission to grow. And I think that's really important information for Claudette. I think it's going to come up for other people too. I'm putting it back in the deck. But Claudette, this is the opportunity. This is the right time for you to envision if you could take yourself to the next level, or even the level after that. What could that look like? Because I think you've not allowed yourself to see that yet. And this is the time to allow yourself to see what could that look like. And then what I want you to allow to come in is, why not? Why not? Because we look at what that next level would be or could be, and then we have this shutdown that happens from the ego side. And so what they're talking about is in imagining what could be possible, where to stay with that is, why not? Because opportunities are going to flow to you, and instead of that instinctive to be like, oh no, I can't do that. Why not? Why not? Why not give it a try? Why not see what happens? Why not? Why not? Why not? So this is what is coming in for you on that, my friend Claudette. Okay, so if you have not put in a comment to say me, I'm going to ask you to hold, because what happens, especially on Facebook, is the messages go all the way up and I've got to scroll all the way back to try and find. And so then what happens is they go past, and now I can't see some of the ones that were there. So, okay, so I just can't see the comments because they scroll past where I can see them. So I feel like I might have missed somebody, because I had Claudette, and then we had Noreen, and then who was just saying hi, and Maria, Brutish, and Nami. All right, so if you have not, Okay, comments are coming too fast. Okay, so, okay. I know I have missed people. So if you have, whether you have commented and asked for a card or not, I'm going to ask you on Facebook to just hold, because the comments are going by too fast and I can't see them. So we're going to go with Noreen, and then it's going to be Julie Marie Parsons. And I know I miss people, and I'm sorry, but let's hold the comments, because what happens is they scroll past the top of the screen where I can't see them. Okay, so we're gonna do, you're good, Claudette, you're so cute. All right, so we're gonna go to Noreen and then Julie Parsons. Okay, so hold the comments, please. Hold the comments, please. All right, so Noreen and then Julie Parsons. I love the excitement. I love that you're all here. I want to try and get to everybody, but I can't, if I can't see anybody. Now, if I missed you, we're gonna come back, I promise. So I'm gonna say who did I miss at the end. So just hold the comments for the moment. Okay, so Noreen, we have Unfinished Symphony, and this is card number 10. So this also came in upside down in that protection position, Noreen. So this is a reminder for you to look at the things that maybe not, that maybe you kind of put to the side, that maybe you felt like the timing wasn't right. This is this opportunity for you to clear the decks, because it feels like there's like a pile up of things that were like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And there's a bunch of stuff that kind of got half done. And so this is an opportunity for you to take a couple of, days, and not, you don't have to eat the elephant all the time, like in one bite, but just start working away at things that you can just clear off your desk, because it feels like there's more things that are coming for you, but in your mind, there's either like, I can't go forward until I finish all these other things, or there's this, if you're willing, there may be some things that you can just sweep them into a box and put them off in the corner, and you probably will never even miss them. Don't throw anything away, but to be able to clear the decks is really what I'm feeling for you, Noreen, is this opportunity to turn this right side up and be able to finish things that they're kind of annoying you and niggling at you about not being able to move forward because you have all these little to-dos. And so I would like to really encourage you to look at what can be delegated, ditched, just throw it in a box and worry about it later, and just release yourself from some of this guilt or obligation about, I have to do this, and move yourself to the place of where the I get to is, where I want to and I get to. Because it feels like there's this place of obligation that is kind of holding your hand from keeping you from going forward. So that's for Noreen. Okay, so the comments have, okay, so Medium Chris Lott, spammer, bye, you're banned. Banned from the page. We ban the spammers. Oh, and Psychic Leslie, we're going to ban Psychic Leslie too. No, sorry, we don't want to ban Bonnie. We want to ban Psychic Leslie. Psychic Leslie, banned. So if you're a spammer and you're here and you're trying to connect with folks, we're gonna ban you. It's really that simple. So, okay. So Catherine Johnson, you're gonna be next. And again, I know. Okay. So we really do try to get to everybody, but with the comments, I know I'm missing people because the comments are going by so fast. So we're going to go to Catherine Johnson. I know that's not who I said I was going to go to next, but that's where the next one is that I can see. And so we're going to go to Catherine Johnson. Catherine Johnson, it says mending. And this is card 52. So 5 and 2 is 7. Oh, look. My apologies, Catherine. There is another spammer. So if you're a spammer, we're just going to ban you. It's really that simple. So, okay, Catherine Johnson. So, and Laura and Julie, hang in there with me because I can see you. But we've got Catherine. Catherine, this is mending. And this is card number 52, which is 7. People talk about 7 being the lucky number. There's a lot of energy in 7. And with 7, we have this coming together, and it doesn't matter if it's forward or backward, you know, where you're at, don't worry about it. But there's a time right now with people coming together and people fixing relationships, people moving through misunderstandings and miscommunications. Mercury retrograde is over. We're out of the window, the secondary window. We're mostly out of it, and things are starting to come back to normal. And so where there are places where you have been hurt or you feel like you've been wronged, where I feel like I want to talk, Catherine, is not, and you have to judge for yourself, but where it feels like is the conversation of, is it more important to be right, or is it more important to go forward with peace in my heart? And so this card of mending is calling for peace in your heart. And so sometimes we apologize for things that we are not the wrong, we weren't in the wrong, but we still apologize. And I'm not saying you were wrong, but sometimes we apologize because we want to have peace in our heart. Okay, so we forgive, we apologize. I'm so sorry for my part in the situation. I'm sorry that this situation got out of control. I'm sorry that we have been quarreling. I'm sorry that our relationship has been damaged. Whatever that looks like for you, we're not admitting guilt. We're not admitting that we were at fault. But we're creating an opportunity to build a bridge to welcome in healing. And it feels like there is, like, that scene at the end of Indiana Jones of the Last Crusade where he has to take that step of faith, and once he takes the step you can see the rest of the bridge. That's this image that they give me for you. Take the step in good faith. I'm not promising miracles. I'm not promising that the recipients are going to be like, oh, because that may not be the point. The point is not about groveling or necessarily fixing a relationship. The point is about releasing ourselves and being able to bring that peace back into our heart, because we have done our part in the mending, and then it becomes up to the other person. Humans have free will. It's not your responsibility to fix it. There's a Talmudic saying that says, you're not responsible for completing the task, but nor are you free to ignore it. So, Pirkei Avot. So that's where it's feeling like for you. Take a step, see what happens. All right, Catherine. All right, I know that we were having somebody else, I think Julie, but I need to be able to see your name. This is the thing with the comments, is I need to see your name to tap into your energy. So we're going to go to Zanel. So happy to see you, my friend. And with Zanel, we're going to do a card for Zanel. Hang in there with me. I really do try to get everyone. I know I've skipped people. If I skipped you, I promise we'll come back around to you. We won't leave anybody out if we can help it. Okay, so for Zanel, here comes By the Book again. Oh, look. Are you having spammers coming back in? Sorry. Okay, if you've already asked for a card, all right, sorry, I'm trying to make sure to ditch the people that are not supposed to be here. Okay, Zanel. So this is By the Book, and hopefully you heard what we said before. Now this one comes in right side up, which is exciting, and By the Book is number 11, right? So we know that we're walking in tandem with Spirit. We know we're walking with Spirit. Spirit's walking with us. But By the Book reminds us that we have to stay the course. We have to do our part. We have to drive the car, right? We can't count on Spirit to do all the work. We've got to be willing to get in the game. And so this is reminding you that you're on the right track. You're going in the right direction. You have tons of support that's with you, my friend. But you've got to stay the course, and that you've got to keep doing your part. We do the work that we're given. So it's really important that you are not putting your feet up yet. Not yet. There's still blessings coming your way, and it is really, you are absolutely on the right track, but it is so much that because it feels tired. It feels like there's fatigue in there. Like you feel like you've been going it alone for the long time, and what I'm telling you is they're showing you that you're not alone, and it's this last push to get across the finish line. Come on, you can do this. Stay in the game, stay engaged, stay the course. You're going in the right direction. And it feels like there might be maybe a job opening or shifting in front of you when you get to that next place. So I'd love to hear from you maybe later about if there's a job, because I feel like there's a door that opens for you as we come into this. So hang in there, my friend. Hang in there. All right. So We are skipping all the spammers. We banned all the spammers that say, please send me a friend request, because we know those are spammers. Bonnie Bond. Yes, ma'am. Bonnie Bond. All right, and again, please hang in there with me if you have already put in a comment. Just know that I'm going to try and get to everybody, and that when the spammers come in, they push all the comments up, and then I can't see the name. So we really do try and go in order, and I apologize for the intrusion of the spammy people. We're going to have a card for Bonnie Bond. All right, Bonnie Bond, this is Chopwood, and Chopwood is card number 42, but Chopwood comes in upside down, so it's going to be similar for you than it was for Zanelle. This is, make sure you're doing your job, make sure you're doing your part. Right? This is also a reminder, Chopwood is a reminder for you to stay in your lane, right? This is a reminder that you're doing the work. You are doing the work. Keep going and doing the work. But at the same time, Bonnie, this is a reminder of not putting down your task to go and do someone else's work, right? So a lot of times we can see, I know what needs to get done. I know how to help that person. But when we do the work for them, we deprive them of the opportunity to learn those lessons and have those experiences for themselves. So we want to turn this right back up, right side up. And so you are doing the work. You're doing a great job. And it feels like there's a diligence, and also feels like there's a new determination around you, Bonnie Bond. And I want to really encourage that. But at the same time, I want to remind you, keep, not blinders, but stay in your lane, right? Stay in your lane so you know that you're going in the right direction. Keep going. But don't get distracted by other people's drama. All right, so next up we're going to have Daniel Hernandez. If you have put in comments, and Julie, I like you. And thank you for commenting, because we're going to come back to you. Just make sure that we have got all the people. All right, so we're going to go to, where am I going? Daniel Hernandez, and then Julie Parsons. So, all right. So Daniel Hernandez, what is that? Oh, I guess no, that's there. I don't know what that is. Okay. Daniel Hernandez, thanks for being here. Thanks for your patience, everybody. All right. So, bye-bye spammers. All right, Daniel Hernandez, this card for you is Between Two Worlds. This is card number 3. So 3 can be a lot about angel wings, angel support, but it also reminds us we're trying to get to 4, which has those 4 legs of support, right? 4 legs of the chair and all of that. And so we want to make sure that you are on the right path, because it feels like you've got some choices to make with Between Two Worlds. But if you notice, the bird is coming out of the dark and into the light. So it means you're going in the right direction, but it also feels like there may be some things you're not quite ready to let go of, that you are holding on to, and it feels like you may be holding on to things that are not yours. So this is a really important time for you to get clear about what you want and where you're going, and be able to step in that right direction, so that you're stepping forward with your heart, you're stepping forward with spirit, you're stepping forward to where you're really being called or led to go, but that you're letting go of things that not only don't serve you, but it feels like you're holding on to some things that may not really be yours. And I'm not talking about theft or anything like that, but it may be that you're holding on to things that don't belong to you, like coveting something. And again, there's no judgment, it's not about that, but just holding on to, it feels like I'm holding on to, yes, no, I understand that. Okay, so it feels like I'm holding on to how I wanted things to be, rather than embracing how they are and trusting that as I go forward, it's going to get me to the right place, even though it doesn't look like what I thought. So hopefully that makes sense for you. All right. And, oh, Fabi! Look. Oh, fantastic. Excellent. We're gonna block ban Fabi! No spammers here. You're blocked. You're banned. So, all right. Yeah, bye-bye. Nope, you're banned. All right, so we had that. All right, thank you. Scrolling back up. Julie Marie, did I do Julie? Julie, did we get to you? I feel like you keep getting bumped out of the way, so plop me in a comment. Okay, Catherine. All right, let's see. Thanks, Julie. All right, so you're welcome, Daniel. Okay, I see Laura, and just trying to see. We see Julie, Bonnie. I see. Okay, let me get a pen because this is just. But I need to see your names: Louise, Heidi, Catherine. Catherine, did we do Catherine? Okay. I do kind of take it as a compliment. It's an annoying. Okay, Julie is waiting. So Julie's going to be next. Okay. All right. I do kind of take it as a compliment because, if y'all weren't so awesome, the spammers wouldn't want to come in here. But at the same time, whew! All right. All right. I see Maria, and I know you got skipped. Maria, I know you got skipped. Okay. So Catherine Johnson. Catherine, are you still with me? Catherine, and Laura and Maria. All right, I know Maria got skipped, so we're going to do Maria. All right, so Maria, this is not for you. This is card number 6. So Maria, this is kind of what we were just talking about with Daniel, which is this reminder that we're looking for things. We have this vision, right? We talk about manifestation. We talk about moving forward. We talk about collaborating with the universe to co-create. And then we have this idea in our head of what we think it's going to look like. And then that's what we want. This is what I have envisioned. Why isn't the universe bringing this thing that I have envisioned, right? And so, Maria, this is the opportunity to have, to trust them enough that while it will never, ever, usually 99.9% of the time, it doesn't look exactly like what we have envisioned. What's coming is what you have asked for and what you have co-created. And if you will allow, it is always better. It just doesn't look like what we envisioned. I'll often tell the story of, and many of you know that I am still a sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics. I've been with Mary Kay for 25 years. And I'll often tell the story of when we earned our first Mary Kay pink Cadillac. I did drive pink Cadillacs for about a decade. And the first pink Cadillac that we were earning, I had always envisioned that, the Cadillac, the DeVille, the sedan, the 4-door land yacht. And when it came time to choose the car at that point, now there was an opportunity to get an SUV as well. And now they don't offer the sedans anymore. It's only the SUV. But when I had to earn my first pink Cadillac, it was this was the choice. And so we went test driving and all this. And so we picked the SUV and I loved it. I loved that car. But when we took the car home, I kept looking out the blinds in my window, looking out in the driveway, and my husband's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "It's out there." And I'm like, "I know it's out there, but it doesn't look like what I envisioned. It was so much better, but it wasn't the picture on my goalpost or on my vision board, or wasn't what I had in my mind. It was so much better." And so this, Maria, is this reminder that envision and ask and co-create, yes, but don't get so hung up on the details that we veer off course when it doesn't look like what we expect. It will be so much better when we trust them, because you will get what you've asked for. It will be better. So don't get so hung up on the details. I hope that helps. Okay. Yeah, spammers are out in force. It's true, Julie. I appreciate y'all defending. It's like we're a little army. Kylie. Hi, Kylie. Thanks for sharing. Hi. All right, we're going to do Kylie. Let's see. Let me just scroll down and see. Oh, look, more. Woover, Hamilton. You are banned. Bye. Oh, my gracious. So many. Okay. Oh, that just... And so I do apologize if you have just joined or you're joined us a little bit late. Okay, Heidi Cole, you're going to be next. Heidi Cole. But what happens is they put in all these comments, and it pushes your comments up out of the place where I can see them, so I can't see them. All right, so I see Heidi Cole. I see Louise O'Connor. All right, Heidi Cole, Louise O'Connor. Bonnie, I know we got to. Julie, I think we might have. All right, Heidi Cole. But I don't want to cut short your time. I want you to have an accurate reading, and have this moment. Spammers be damned. So Heidi Cole, this is round and round. And this is card 25. So 2 and 5 is 7. So you are going round and round, but you are going up. While you're going around and round, you are going up. So just know that you're learning the same lessons, and it feels like you're going around and round. but you're seeing things from a higher perspective, or you're being encouraged to see things from a higher perspective while you're going. And so allow for these things to develop and continue to move you forward, because you are going in the right direction, but you're being brought back to places time and time again to move you forward in a new way. Just ring my doorbell. Oh my gosh. Okay. I can't believe I have to say this. I have to end. I will come back. There's someone at my door. I have to answer my door. Are you all here? I will come back because I know I have missed a lot of you. And so please give me, oh my gosh, like 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. But we just have had the house painted and I need to like deal with the door. But please, I've missed a lot of you and I'm so sorry, and I want to make sure I get with you. But I have to answer my door. My dog's so I don't think there's a way to pause the video. I will be back. I promise you. If you did not get a reading, please come back.